Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois and welcome back to Forever Stranded Lost Souls. In the last episode, we were working on a couple of different things. Mostly we did a little bit of exploration, tried to find some wither skeletons. We've been working on some thermal stuff. And yeah, we've just kind of been figuring out what to do. We're gonna have to kill the wither relatively soon if we want to get out of this place. But that's not easy. So, yeah, we upgraded our water supply. We needed to make a cactus farm, which I did. And before we go in there, I have to say, I really threw this together, and I didn't really do anything precise or anything like that, because it's not symmetrical. It's an even number of blocks across the center. But it has room for growing 20 cactuses, so it's kind of nice. It's just not, it's not symmetrical, and I don't feel like, fixing it. It'd just be a matter of, like, adding another wall and replacing all the glowstone. But I don't care enough to worry about it. Other things I did between episodes is I worked on, I got some more levels as I kind of went on. And so, increased some skills, got a little bit more attack, a little bit more magic. I think that was the main things I got. And, yeah, that's about it. I did a lot of sifting. I have a lot of ores to process, which I will do later because I don't feel like doing it right now. But the ones we need to process is the nickel, because we need platinum, and that is to make Enderium so that we can make an Igneous Extruder, so that we can make Obsidian. Mass quantities of Obsidian fairly quickly and easily. So that's the plan, that's the idea. There's a couple other things I want to do today, but that's kind of the main thing we're going to work towards. So we need to pulverize all this nickel. And, I didn't get any more redstone. I didn't think about that. This is still going. There is a lot of iron I've already processed. So yeah, there's plenty of things to do. So while that is cooking, what we're going to do is something I kind of continuously forget about. And that is, we are going, let's see, we're going to need some paper. We're going to need 2 more pieces of paper. And to get that, we need to get wood pulp from the carpenter. And we actually just need 1 log. So that's pretty easy. And what we are going to be doing is, let's see, we need just a sapling. It doesn't matter what kind. And we're going to make another farm. I do believe we can take these guys and put this here, surround it, right? Yeah, and we can make some more chests. And we're gonna need 2 chests. 1 for a hopper and 1 for for storage. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make another tree, another hopping bonsai pot and all that kind of stuff, so that we can get plenty of paper. And in order to do that, we're going to need a paper bark tree. So we need 2 more pieces of paper. So we're going to need brick for the hopping bonsai pot and a piece of dirt. I believe it's 5 bricks. So let's get this going. And yeah, the other thing we're going to work on today is we're going to kind of work towards some better things. We're going to start working on our weapon that we're going to use and all that kind of fun stuff. So, yeah, it is really laggy. It's kind of strange. Anyways, we need water. Forgot about that. We need to grow up some water. We do have 15 buckets worth of water, which is nice. Being in the Nether is kind of awful, but hopefully, I guess relatively soon, we'll be able to get to the overworld and things will be a lot nicer. So, wood pulp. And there is the 2 extra paper. And I guess we'll just leave that for now. So we should be able to make a paper bark tree. Does it actually have to be in a 3x? It does. Wow. That's kind of weird, in my opinion. Sometimes I don't understand why the game does the things it does, but it does. So I don't know. It's just weird. You think a 2x2 recipe would be able to be crafted in just your normal personal crafting table thing. I actually don't know what it is, the inventory crafting, but it can't. So let's see, we have some bricks. So theoretically it's something like this, if I remember correctly. Yep, bonsai pot. And it has to be in the center. Hopping bonsai pot. That is also partially, by the way, the mod maker. It's a little bit of an error by them in a sense of not doing recipes the correct way, but it's whatever. Alright, so right here, hopping bonsai and paper bark. So what the paper bark tree does is, well, it has paper bark and is going to give us 20% chance of paper. So that's pretty nice every time it grows. So we just kind of let this set, and all of these guys are already full. We have so much oak wood. I don't even know what to do with it right now. Like, I don't even know. There's a shipping bin, and I think we can do things with that, but I don't know how useful it will be for us right now. I think it's a good way to get emeralds, but it doesn't really matter to us. Barrel. Okay, Ender Utilities has a barrel. I don't know that there's anything super major that we're gonna want. Lots of things that I just kind of don't care about. Wood piles. Alright, so I mean, I guess we could put this into, we could put some of this into the coke oven and get some charcoal, but petrified generator, huh, interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. We're just gonna kind of leave it, but as you see, we're gonna get paper, and paper is good because we need that for things. Specifically, we need that for making really good tools. So let's get rid of the paper bark. We don't need that right now. And we can start working on getting some Enderium. Now, Enderium blend requires resin ender, all that kind of fun stuff, and the platinum. And this is a quest, so let's go take a look at it. What do we need? We need 8 Enderium, which is coincidentally exactly how much we need for the Igneous Extruder. So we're gonna need what, 2 platinum and 6 lead. Oh my gosh, we're gonna need to do something about this. Can I reduce some options? Video settings, let's just change our render distance down to 6. That might help a little bit. I don't actually know why it wasn't lagging until I started recording. Obviously the recording does a lot, but ow. Okay. So we have a little bit more platinum. Let's throw in the lead. Let's get that ground up. And all we need now is some ender pearls. We can also throw the nickel in there and let that go. Do we only need 3 of these? Maybe. But I'm going to go ahead and process the rest of the nickel to try to get a little bit more Enderium. Not that it's too important. It's not that big of a deal. but it's nice to have a little bit more platinum lying around. Okay, so now what we need is 8 ender pearls. And I know, that's a lot, but it's actually not, because we have a lot already. So with this, we just Magma Crucible, and then we just need to be able to smelt this up, which is going to require the concentrated hellfire. Little bit of a pain, but whatever. So yeah, Magma Crucible. We're going to turn that off. Turn both of those off, actually. And let that start working. We're going to run out of power, so let's go grab some stuff. Let's get this going first. And we're going to need some redstone. And I want to make sure if we get the excitation, where is it? I don't see the dynamo. Oh man, what is it called? Innervation? Something like. Let's just look up dynamos. Dynamo. Alright, here they are. Magmatic compression, reactant, innervation. Okay. Doesn't matter. Yes, redstone blocks are better because you get more power. It's 10 times. So let's just get like 3 blocks. That will be good enough. That is like 1.5-ish. Well, more than that, but it's a lot of power. So we'll get that going. We almost have our first bucket's worth. We get the resonant ender. And there is our first 4 Enderium blend. So in order to cook this up into actual Enderium, we're going to need 8 concentrated hellfire. We have 2. So if we want to make more of these, we need 8 each. And that is just in a normal cauldron. So we're gonna need more of all of this stuff. Alright, that is powered. So it's 8 each. We're gonna need like another half a stack. But we're gonna go ahead and make a full stack of the hellfire dust because it is pretty useful. And we just throw that in there and just let it cook. So yeah, not much to say about that. Once this is done with all of the resonant ender, we can continue on. So I guess let's go ahead and start getting everything else for the Igneous Extruder. And once again, we're making this solely because we need obsidian. We're gonna need a lot of obsidian. So we're gonna need any hardened glass and some obsidian. So the hardened glass we might actually have. Let's see. I wish, there we go, hardened glass. Nope. Let's just look up hardened glass. Hardened glass. Because there is a bunch of different ones, and the one we want is just the normal one, which is 4 obsidian dust and 1 pulverized lead. So we're going to need a pulverized lead, nothing major there. And then we're going to need a little bit of obsidian. So if we look at the obsidian, we get... if we have some basalt rods, that would work. We need 2 more obsidian. So Looks like we have to use the cauldron again, which was very weird. Not gonna lie, it was really weird to use. But something else. Let's go ahead and we need 8 levels for defense. Okay, so we need two of these. So we can get another bucket of water, and hopefully this doesn't like mess it up, because it'd be bad if it did. But then I think what we had to do was, one, let's get the resonant ender first so we can get the Enderium. But I think what we had to do is, yeah, throw that on top, and then it like cooks, and then we'll get the stuff. I think is how it worked. I don't remember. It was weird. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, so we'll come back to that in a moment. Now if we go to our induction smelter, should be able to start getting our first little bit of Enderium. Cool. So we just need 6 more Hellfire. We have 4. Okay, that's not too bad. So we can get that going. That was weird. It didn't want to cook the nickel. Alright, didn't we need to use a ladle or something to finish the recipe? There was something weird about this. I don't remember what it was, unfortunately. Right, a sneak click side to see contents. Okay. So current heat is not very high. So I don't know if that's a problem or not. Sneak click side, sneak click. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna dump that in there for a second. And if I sneak click the side, the heat level is really low. We can grab the water at least. I have no idea how this works. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and get the Enderium finished up. And I'm going to go look and see if we have any more obsidian of any sort. Let's go ahead and grind that up. Put those in there. Alright, so there is the 8 Enderium. That is a quest. We're going to get a loot chest for that. We can make the other one, Signalum and all that kind of fun stuff. Not super important right now, but it is useful. So we have the 8 Enderium. We'll turn those into the gears. And what else are we going to need? We're going to need the machine frame and a sticky piston. Nothing too awful, to be honest. Because the machine frame, if I remember correctly, is just a block of iron, which we have plenty of iron, so it's not that big of a deal. If I can speak. Go ahead and put this back. Let's try it one at a time, but let's first check to see that we don't have any more obsidian or obsidian dust. I'm not seeing any. Okay. I'm gonna take that as probably a don't have any. So we need to try this again with just a single bucket. And I don't know why the heat level is where it's at. I don't know. This is a weird... Okay. So evidently that's what we needed to do, is just do it one at a time. There's the first piece of obsidian. We are going to need a second, because we need 4 for the hardened glass, right? Just make sure. Yes, and it will give us 2 hardened glass, so that's nice. So let's grab another bucket of water. And then we'll never have to do it this way again. Let's drop down here. We have this. Let's go ahead and put that in. That's super duper quick. Put the water in there. Dump that in. And it should finish pretty quickly. Hopefully. Has less heat now. Okay, so I have no idea how this works. Let's take out the lava bucket. And hey, it got hotter. Is that good enough? Maybe. We'll see. Alright, well, at the very least, we can go ahead and make the other stuff we need, which is grind up some obsidian. This is on the gear. Make the 2 Enderium gears. Then we can take a piece of lead and make the hardened glass. And then all we'll need is the sticky piston and the obsidian dust. Which maybe... Haha, cool. So we can grind up the other piece of obsidian. Let's grab our gears. Hardened glass. And... Cool. So all we need now is the final ingredient, which is the sticky piston. Should not be too difficult to get. We just need to make a piston. So that's what, 1, 2, 3 of those. Redstone and iron, I think, if it's the standard recipe. And then we'll also need a slime ball, which at some point I do want to go explore a little bit and maybe find some other stuff, some other better things that will help us make things later. What I'm trying to say is the magma. Alright, we need the redstone conductance, so we need electrum and 2 redstone. And we have electrum, so that's not an issue. Cool. So we'll make this. And this is probably one of the more expensive recipes we've had to do so far. But the Igneous Extruder does require power, I believe, in this version. Could be wrong on that. I'm not entirely sure. Not 100%. But we're going to put it down here anyways. And just put it at the end. Yeah, so it does require that. We can tell it what to make. Obsidian is... I haven't actually used the newer version of this block. I've used the one that requires power, but I've never used the one that has this little option thing. But basically, we can just do 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we go grab our water... Now, theoretically, you could make obsidian without requiring the use of more than a bucket of water, but I don't think this one does. I think it does use the water up. We'll see in just a second, but we put this in here, and it will start working. And yeah, so we'll get obsidian pretty easily that way. And the whole point of this is to make the reinforcements. Do I need the reinforced anything? Reinforced large drum. I think that was something I was looking at, but I don't care enough about that right now. So yeah, we can use that to make the reinforcement modifier, which is just a bunch of obsidian. Which a lot of that I will do off camera because it's kind of boring. But we're also going to want to make a paper shuriken so that we can add a whole bunch of modifiers and whatnot to it so that we can make things even better. And all my paper is up here. So let's see, 16 paper, not bad. Getting there anyways. Let's open this loot chest. An absorption hopper. Cool. I think we already have one of those. 2 of them actually. So yeah, we can do a lot of really cool things now. If we want to make a paper shuriken, and then what we'll do, this is kind of the cool thing. Paper shurikens requires knife blades. So we'll go to the pattern chest. We don't have any knife blades, so we got to make the stencil for it. That is a sword blade. The knife blades are down here. And then we can just make, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 knife blades. And paper is kind of awful. But what we can do is replace parts. Now we can't even use this right now because it requires too much stuff. But we'll be able to modify it for one. There's 3 modifiers we can add to it with the writable. And then we'll level it up and all that kind of fun stuff. But if we can get it to be reinforcement, what we'll probably end up using is bone. We'll probably use 1 bone because bone has a really nice effect, the splintering and fractured. Manulin because of pure attack. 7.8. I think that might be one of the best. I haven't actually looked. So premium is much better, but that's really hard to get. Another thing we could use, evil infused. Yeah, that would be better, but that's hard to get. We have to kill a wither for that. We can kind of look at some of these, and basically any of them that is, wyvern tier, that is really good, but that's also really hard to get. We can just kind of look through, and anything that we want, we just add a knife blade to it, and we can basically customize our gear after we've made it really, really good. So one that I'm kind of looking for and I don't see, evidently isn't here, is there demon metal? Okay, so we can make demon metal, but I don't know if we can use it. Yeah, there's demon metal knife blade. That's a little bit better than the manulin. So we could use one of those, and it would give us a lot more power. So what, like 1 obsidian, 1 bone. Something else we could also use that could be really good is silver, because it would give holy. And that's going to be really good against things like, the wither, which is the sole purpose of making this. The sole purpose. So, yeah, that's kind of the idea. So I'm going to make a lot of obsidian off camera. But for the rest of today, in order for us to use this shuriken, we need to have 14 attack, 18 defense. And so we have... reverse that. 18 defense, 14 attack. So we're going to increase our defense a little bit more. And I think what we're going to also do, if we can get enough modifiers, we'll also potentially give ourselves a little bit of like sharpness. Sharpness would be good. But what we're going to do now is head back to our fortress and see if we can't find any. I'd really like to find some wither skeletons and potentially get a skull. Now that's something else we'll end up doing later. Once we can use Tinker's Constructs tools, we are going to be using that to make better swords and all that kind of stuff, so that we can get plenty of Plenty of things. Haha, wither skeleton. Please give me your skull. Please. Nope. We also want drops of evil. That would also be nice. But, also somewhat difficult. So, yeah, at this point, we really just need to level up all of our stuff. Get more everythings. And that's going to take time. I'm going to probably have to grind out a bunch of things. Just trying to get more and more gear, better gear, all that kind of fun stuff. So let's see. Let's see if we can't find one more. One more wither skeleton. That is... Oh, that's a glowstone over there. That's kind of cool. Because you can kind of tell that it's floating upwards. But not really getting lucky with the wither skeleton spawns. Now, obviously, we could make, and I've said this before, we could go ahead and make a mob farm. But I don't know that I necessarily want to, because I don't necessarily like to. They can be annoying. Don't really see much. Okay. Well, let's head back to the base. And something else we can always do. We can get more levels just by going out and mining. There is plenty of ores to be had. And it's just going to be a matter of collecting a bunch of stuff and calling it a day. So, like, there's a bunch of quartz right here. We're going to go ahead and mine that all. And that gave us 6 levels. We have gold and redstone. And occasionally, little friends. Let's get away from the lava just a little bit. But yeah, so as you can see, we already have a lot of levels. Again. Alright, so most of the things in the Nether are going to be fireproof, so I'm not too worried about that. More levels. More coal. And I have already broken my pickaxe before. That's not a big deal because we can repair it. We do have access to cobalt. But 15 more levels. So we need 14 defense. Let's go ahead and get that, I guess. And I'll probably do a lot of this kind of stuff off camera as well because you guys don't really want to see me just going around mining. There's a difference between like going and exploring and just doing this. So yeah, that should be the defense. There's 14, and then attack we need 10 levels for the next level. And things like burnium, we can pick up a bunch of this. And the good thing about that is it actually, we can process it. So, but it doesn't give us any experience. So it's not worth it. Never mind. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab this stuff. Just back in a corner. Kill the, I don't even know what these things are called. What are they called? Nether mites. They're really annoying. Ow. But they are levels. Who cares? Pick up all of that. And we're going to get more and more coal. Let's go ahead and get this. And I like to try to use the levels before too long because if we don't, then it actually takes more experience to get more levels. Okay. So there's more quartz. We are going to want a lot of quartz because of... Ooh, 2 of these guys. Because of sharpness. The sharpness modifier from Tinkers is quartz. So that is what we'll want. And there we go. As long as we don't hurt a pigment, I'm not too concerned. That's a hole. There's a lot of quartz right up there. So let's just go ahead and mine it. And you know what? I think we're actually really close to having all of the levels that we need. I did some digging up here one time. I don't know why. I was looking for something, but it turned out not to be really worth it to find because there is a secret somewhere in the roof buried around this area. That is basically a set of coordinates for the other map. The last map, the Forever Stranded in the Desert. So and it has a whole bunch of things and stuff that you can go get if you wanted to. But at the same time, I would have to load up that map again, and I don't really want to do that. But it's not worth it for what it is, just because I don't have any intentions on playing that map more. So it's just a bunch of like creative items and stuff like that that you can get. Ooh, 2 more again. Ooh, we are hungry. So I need to eat soon. But luckily our armor is really good. And we have 17 levels, so that should be enough for everything we need. I accidentally also hit the nether rack, so that's a problem. Oh well. So let's get all of this taken care of. We have a bunch of things. And we can kind of clean up everything. So, let's head back down here. Let's see, how do we want to go down there? Fall, I guess. That'll work. Head back down to the base. So we should have enough levels to get the last of the things we need. So that we can use the shurikens and potentially even the other stuff. There is a slime magma cube right there. Not supposed to be my base. So yeah, let's see. The shurikens, 18 attack. I think we can do that. And I believe that means we can also start using, yes, the stone rapiers. Rapier. We can use this, which is a much better weapon. It's armor piercing and all that kind of fun stuff. It's also really quick. But we should be able to make some other ones. So next episode, we are going to start working on getting upgrades. That means both sword and shurikens and whatever else we can. And then we'll kind of go from there. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.